Welcome back to the mill that twists and bends. Well, at least it will until I get my column reinforcement on it. Today we're doing the bearing saddles. I'm going to bore a 1 1/8 inch hole in this piece of aluminum, believe it or not. And when that is accomplished, I'm going to cut it in half so I'll have half a hole on either side. Hope that makes sense. But it was easier to do it this way than to bore 2 halves of a hole and have an interrupted cut. So I got my spot drill drilled in, coming in with a little liquid love, as Tom Lipton would say. Oh, my can of liquid love has no gas. It's okay. Fortunately for you, I always carry a spare. There, boys and girls. I don't know if there's any girls watching, but it's okay. Now, mind you, if we were in Congress right now, that would be not the right thing to say. Probably get you fined. Not allowed to specify that there are genders. Oh well. So much for the world I grew up in. Yeah, can you tell I'm coffeed up today? Can I have some more gurgling brew? Oh. Anyway, time to change the bit, and I will see you in a minute. Well, the boring operation happened, and it wasn't compatible with the camera mount, so you didn't get to see that part of it. But I got what I was looking for. 1.125. Close enough. When I clamp it down, it ain't gonna go anywhere. It's better than the example of a dynamic balancer that I copied. He was using 2 bolts and trying to hold the bearing in with the heads. I don't know how well that works out for him, but I wouldn't do it that way. But once I cut this down, it's gonna wedge down into there, so I got no problem. I'm gonna take a countersink and just kind of make a little score across there and right here, and know where I have to cut it on the bandsaw. Then I'm going to turn them up so the bandsaw cuts are up. Then do both sides, make them nice, and then I got to bore the holes for the U-bolts from the top. So I got a little time off camera. I'll be back. Okay, I've done run those things out back, split them in half. I've taken the liberty of taking a starting drill and marking 3 of them, but I'll do this one for you right now because I have a lot of stuff to do today, and I'm kind of rushing through this, and this is probably going to be the last operation on this today. And that is to do the 1/4 inch holes, 0.250, that run the U-bolt through to hold this ever-loving bearing in place. Now, the machine that I copied, the gentleman didn't bother to make any kind of saddle. He had 2 bolts tightened down on the top of this, hoping it'd hold. It seemed to hold, but I don't trust it. So that's why I'm going through all this extra work. I don't want a problem, and I'm building it one time only, and it's got to be done right. So let me mark this hole so it starts right and goes all the way through. I hate this thing, it vibrates. I am going to build a new camera stand this week. Okay, here we go. Doggone, the camera didn't start, so I have a letter size F drill in here. I lied to you, it's not 1/4 inch. I need to clearance those threads. And also, I'm not sure if I didn't start this camera, if I started it and it didn't run, because that drill twisting is not enough motion to keep this camera active. So sometimes this camera gets a little bit aggravated. I need more coffee. My coffee has done more off. So I'm getting close to the point of flipping this over, figuring out how tall I'm going to let the bottoms be, and attaching this to the plate that rides the top. Well, that's a Z-hole. I had a pair of eyes staring in the window at me. We have 2 black cats. And on the outside of this window I'm at is an air conditioning unit. And sitting on top of that air conditioner appears to be nothing but a pair of green eyes in the night. I've just made it through. I don't want to drill my vise, so I shall back out now. Let me clean this off a little bit, flip it around and do the other side. So I won't bore you with that detail. I'll just turn this off right now and I'll pick you up in a minute. And we're back at the bench, and you can see the glorious results. Right now these are a little oversized, need some trimming on the bottom so that the threads will come through. One gets set on a trunnion to rotate this way. The other gets set on this for the cradle. And so I'll be milling off about a 1/2 inch off the bottom of here, so I have the 1/4 inch to pass through here and a 1/4 inch of threads on the bottom. And I'll also take a couple of extra 5mm machine screws and add a little bit more for strength. So my next step on this is take a 1/2 inch off the bottom and drill 2 holes through here for the U-bolt, and 2 more holes for 5mm screws, and then this part here will be done, and I can put everything on it together. So my next step, excuse me, my next step is the 4 uprights that go from here to the plate that's identical below it. So I have to measure it out, and I want to get myself about a 1/2 inch of clearance under this plate to the stationary bar. And that's it for this part. My next video will be just the drilling and threading of the 4 uprights. And that's about all of that. After the 4 uprights are done, the only thing that leaves to do is mounting the stationary bar to the channel iron, and then I get to work on the upright for the back and the trunnion. And after that, it's motor mounting and gears. So we're getting along. It's about halfway done. So we'll be halfway done when I get the uprights done on it. I don't anticipate much hassle with putting the motor on. And I did get the motor. Where is that thing? Okay, here's the pedal. Here's the motor. And here's the speed control. I think I spent $24 on the pair. I have to take off the pulley and get it ready for timing gear. I will probably use this motor mount and 2 bolts and make a sliding hole because I want to be able to tighten the belt in any position. And it comes ready to plug in, and that's pretty much all. I was happy to find one that's cheap. I thought I'd be looking for some used piece of junk, but I got genuine cheap Chinese junk. Yay! Can't beat that. And they're so proud of it, they actually put a serial number on that thing. Can you beat that with a stick? I can beat it with a piece of A2 drill rod. Anyway, I'll put that back in the drawer. And I will wish you a happy new year, such as it is.